Okay, folks, in this video, I'm going to show you how the news is highlighting certain stories that connect to Donald Trump. Because I told you Donald Trump is going to get a head wound on August 4th next year, most likely in Ohio, okay? And I'm going to show you like 5 stories that I've seen on the major news networks, okay? I'm not going around searching the internet for it. This is on major news networks, these stories. Anyway, this first story is not that big of a deal. The only thing I want to show you about this is there was a 15-year-old boy who died, okay, from Agura High, and he wore the number 76. And you know Trump is 76 years old right now. Okay, and it's interesting that he plays for the Agura Hills Chargers, I guess. Because, you know, there's been a lot of stories with lightning bolts, you know, connected. If you saw my videos recently, because there's a lightning bolt, you see. Anyway, like I said, Trump is 76 years old. And I told you, anytime you see the number 15, it means a crown, because the 15 is the letters. The letter O is the 15th letter of the alphabet, and the O is a crown, okay? Which connects to the head. You understand? Like the helmet connects to the head. Get it? And when they showed a clip of one of the football games, I guess, of this school, notice that they show the 4 and the 5 because Trump is the 45th president. Okay, they highlighted this particular scene. Okay, 4, 5. And then they talked to this guy.
Of leukemia. He was a quiet, kind, caring, humble soul. He just wanted to play ball.
Let's go look at his name, this guy. By the way, if you're wondering what it says on his hat, it says Agura Athletics, established 1964. Okay, anyway, let's look at this guy's name. He is the Agura Hills High School director. Look at his name, will you? Clint Cummings. You understand what I'm trying to show you here, right? All right, but anyway, it's got the CC, because the C is the third letter. C3, get it? If you know my videos, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Agura Hills High School is in Calabasas, California. The CC, the 3 again, where Kobe equals 33. Kobe died, right? And then was buried in Corona, California, CC. And Clint sounds like Bill Clinton, who was a president, get it? Anyway, the whole point is that he's wearing the number 76 and that he died. That is because Trump is 76 years old right now. And this happened in August. Because I told you Trump's going to get his head wound in August next year, on August 4th, in Ohio. And by the way, he was a freshman and a lineman for the football team. Freshman, get it? And lineman. It's the man and son code also. And this is the last thing I'm going to show about this. Like, first of all, folks, this is like the least, predictive programming of Trump's head wound out of all the stories. But they said all the team is going to don the 76 number on their helmets. Get it? Don. Like Donald. I read that in one of the articles about him, that they're going to don the 76 on their helmets. Okay, here's the next story. So here's a story about an NFL rookie who was shot while he was in his Dodge Charger. Look, I just showed you the last story had a Charger in it. The team he was playing for was the Chargers, that 15-year-old kid. And look at this. It says Hellcat is a type of car, the Dodge Charger. Anyway, look at his name, Brian Robinson. It's got the sun in the name, man. Robinson. Anyway, who did this guy play for, and how does it connect to Trump? Let's watch. I mean, let me show you. Well, before I show you how it connects to Trump, let me just show you that he was shot in an attempted carjacking in Washington, D.C., which connects to where, the presidents are, right? Washington, D.C. And the attack happened on H Street. H is the eighth letter, you know, because August is the eighth month, and this happened in August. Okay, this story. All right. And he got shot, and he survived, just like Trump's going to survive his wound. You see, it says he got shot, right? Washington Commanders. It's the man in Commanders. That's the name of the team, because it used to be the Redskins, but they changed it just recently. And look, he wears the number 8, because I told you August is the 8th month, and Trump's going to get his head wound in August, on August 4th next year, right? So he wears the 8 on this team. And I told you, and so how can I connect the 4 to him? Watch it, because we need the 8-4, right? Because Trump's going to get his head wound on 8-4. So we have the 8 when he was playing for the Washington team. He still plays for them. But when he was in college, he was playing for Alabama, which kind of almost has the Obama connection, because Obama's born on August 4th. He wore this Robinson wore the number 4. So he went from wearing the number 4 to the number 8 when he made it to the pros. This was in college. 8-4. Do you see what I'm saying? And remember, he was shot on H Street. And H is the 8th letter, okay? And the head coach for this Washington Commanders football team is a guy named Ron Rivera. Again, because I told you the same initials is a code. So, these guys are all, part of the beast system, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, he's got the river connection, because river is like water. Elvis equals water. If you know my videos, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know my videos, you're not going to understand. And RR is 1818. Elvis was born on 18, and there was twins, right? Elvis. And one of his twins died, right? 1818. They were both born on 18. And guess when he was born? He was born one day before Elvis' birthday, January 7th, 62. Look at that. That's the year the Space Needle opened. And when was this football player who got shot and who wears the numbers 8 and 4, on the teams that I showed you? He's born on March 22nd, which is the Skull and Bones number, if you know what I'm talking about, because Elvis is the head of Skull and Bones. But Trump is connected to all of this also. And look, he's 23 years old. The next year is the year 23. I told you that next year is when he gets the head wound, Trump. But anyway, it's the 322, the Skull and Bones number. And look, you got the 999, which is the 666 upside down. And check this out. From March 22nd, the day that this football player who got shot was born, to the day Trump was born, June 14th, is 84 days, if you don't count that day, but up to that day. You see, it says not including. But up to that day, it's 84 days. And look at that. 223. Next year is 2023. Get it? You understand? It's simple logic here, folks. 8-4. 84 days. And from Trump's birthday to the day he got shot on August 28th, it's 76 days, or 2 months and 15 days. Look at that. I'm going to show you why, if it was 216, why it's important in a moment. But look, Trump is 76 years old right now. And this is when he got shot. But listen, the story came out on August 29th, the next day, on the news. So really it was August 29th, which would make it 2 months, 16 days, the 216. Because August 4th, Obama's birthday, is the 216th day of the year. You see, 216. That's the day Trump gets his head wound, on Obama's birthday. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, if the story came out on August 29th, and it was 2 months, 16 days from Trump's birthday, which was June 14th. Again, connecting him. Okay, so the next story is about this country singer who died. He was found dead, I guess. He was missing for a week, but they found him. He was 32 years old. I don't know why. He kind of reminds me of Nicolas Cage in a way. I don't know why. If he shaved his beard or mustache, whatever. But look, he's got sideburns like Elvis. Anyway, so this dude died. Luke Bell. So Luke Bell, he died on August 29th. Okay? Again, in August. Like I told you, Trump's going to get his head wound in August. Anyway, August 29th, he died. Look, they're saying they found his body August 26th. What the heck is this? This doesn't make any sense, this story. Anyway, look at this. Tucson. You got the sun in the story. He was found in Tucson. Maybe they found his body that day and he didn't die till August 29th. That was probably just a misprint because look, this one says was found on August 29th, the body. Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to go by what Google says, August 29th. And I told you from Trump's birthday, June 14th, to the day he died is 2 months, 16 days. And I told you the 216th day of the year is August 4th. And if you don't add that day, it'll be 76 days, which would make his age. And next year on August 4th, he'll be 77 years old. You know, like I said, it's perfect, okay? All these numbers, the way they're adding up. And you see this? 3 dead. I guess that's including the suspect. This is a different story now, folks. This is a story about a supermarket shooting at a Safeway. Not so safe, huh? Anyway, it happened in Oregon. I'll get to the codes in a minute because remember, it's 3 right there. And I told you the word supermarket has the mark and the ET for Elvis and Trump. ET. And I told you ET came out on June 11th, the day I'm telling you Seattle's going to get struck. But anyway, it's got the mark, and you know what I'm talking about. The mark of the beast is Elvis. And because Trump looks like Elvis, in a way, he benefits from the worship of Elvis. Anyway, so it happened at a Safeway supermarket. And by the way, this supermarket shooting, I'm going to show you the names in a minute of who got shot. It happened in Oregon, okay? Bend, Oregon. But Oregon, it's abbreviated OR. And O is the 15th letter, R is the 18th letter, makes 33. So you have the 33 right there. And guess what state Oregon is? And Oregon is the 33rd state, you see? This is stuff I showed years ago. Actually, I was the first one to show this years ago, by the way. That Oregon was the 33rd state and it equals OR equals 33. Anyway, it made a state on February 14th. February 14th is the 45th day of the year. You understand? And Trump is the 45th president. And by the way, this was on major news networks. Like I said, I'm not going around digging for these stories. Anyway, so the heroes in the story, because there were 2 victims. One was a hero and one was just an elderly victim. And the shooter's name was Ethan Miller, I think, or something like that. I couldn't really find anything in his name. But look at the hero. First of all, he was 66 years old, the hero. And I told you the word twin equals 66. And look at the elderly person's name, Glenn. And I told you I live in Glendale. There's a lot of stories involving a Glenn. But anyway, he was 84. So you have a victim. The victim was 84. There's your 84. 66 was a twin. Elvis had a twin. Trump is Elvis's devil twin. You understand? He's the replacement twin for Elvis's twin that died at birth. And his name was Donald. You see? The victim was Donald who got shot. And the other victim was 84, get it? These are not coincidences, folks. Anyway, that's all I got on this story. Oh, I forgot to mention that the initials DSJ equals 33. D is the 4th letter, S is the 19th letter, makes 23, and J is the 10th letter, makes 33. And the shooting happened on August 28th, and from June 14th, Trump's birthday, to August 28th is 76 days, you see? And Trump is 76 years old right now, like I said. So this is the last story I'm going to show you. So this guy was killed by the police yesterday, I think. And I guess they're saying he's African American. I'm not sure. But he was an unarmed black man. And I want you to notice that they're knocking on the letter H, the door. H is the 8th letter, you see? And this happened in August. You understand? And this is going to be a pretty big story, I'm assuming, because he was shot in his own bed and he was unarmed, you know? And look, the cop has a smile on his face. Look at that.
Knock and identify themselves. The police chief says 8 to 10 minutes go by before anyone answers. Eventually, 2 other men come out and are detained. Police send a dog in, then leash the dog before approaching a bedroom and opening the door. Police released the video just hours after the shooting. It is a split-second decision that tonight is under a state investigation. We've stopped the body camera video right before 20-year-old Donovan Lewis is shot. The encounter began around 2:15 a.m. Tuesday in Columbus, Ohio. Police say officers were trying to serve a warrant.
Did you hear the time?
The encounter began around 2:15 a.m. Tuesday in Columbus, Ohio.
So they're saying the shooting happened at 2:15 a.m. And I told you 2 months and 15 days is 76 days. You know? And I told you Trump is 76 years old, right? And remember, this shooting happened in August, okay? So pay attention. I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th in Ohio, okay? And the shooting happened in Ohio. The guy who was shot, his name is Donovan, like Donald, you understand? And it happened in Ohio. And he was shot by a 30-year veteran whose name is Ricky Anderson. He's got the son in the name, man. Again. And look at this. If you take the initials of O-R-A, Officer Rick Anderson, it's O-R... Oh, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? No, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, I told you I'm overthinking sometimes. But anyway, he's got the son, Ricky Anderson. And, his initials are Ra. R-A, Ra. You know, the sun god, Ra. Anyway, Dawn. And it happened in Ohio. You see what I'm saying? And you know he got shot on August 30th. Okay? And the story that I'm, look, it's like 8-3, the date. You get what I'm saying? If you look at only the 3 and forget the O. And the next day it would be the 31st, which 3 plus 1 would be 4. So it would be like August 4th. Because that's when the story that I was recording it was on August 31st that I saw the story. So I'm not sure if they waited a day to tell us about this story. That way it could be on August 31st, which would be 8 plus 3 plus 1. You understand? 8-4. Folks, listen, sometimes I get confused because I don't even know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm trying to say. Look, folks, you got to try and do these videos and you'll see, how hard they are to do when you're trying to figure out what you're going to say next, Anyway, just remember, you got the Don. He got shot by his son. Okay? And it happened in Columbus, Ohio. And I told you Trump's going to get his head wound in Ohio. Happened in August. And remember, the shooting happened in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio area code is 614. You see? which is Trump's birthday, 6/14. Okay? You see what I'm saying? Anyway, folks, that's all I have. I can't take any more of this. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. End of video.